You are about to meet an incredible artist, and you're also going to learn about painting with oils and water. How does that work? Welcome, Lori McNee.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking at your studio and remembering when you and I and Kyle Richardson were on the Kathy Ireland show out of your studio. That was a fun day.
That was so much fun. Was that 2 years ago almost now?
Well, I think so, yes, because this past year actually disappeared. We don't even remember what happened this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it's going to be neat to see your studio because you've got a really great place. Yeah, we painted out in the snow. That was a fun day, and I actually just sold. I did a study from that painting, of course, and I just sold that painting at my gallery, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's exciting. Yeah, that was a really good time. And painting out in plein air in the snow is always eventful in itself. And do you remember my painting did a face plant?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, it's, it takes a lot to paint in the snow, but I think you were well prepared. I was well prepared. Just got to have the right insulation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to have the right gear and the right tools, and you have to be really efficient out there because you're up against the elements even more than in the summer. So, absolutely. Yeah, you have to be organized.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't think I could ever get organized. So, Lori, what are you going to do today? Tell us a little bit about it.
So I'm really excited because I'm going to talk to you all about using water mixable oils, which I love to do, and explain. And you guys, am I able to access questions and comments and things?
I will read them to you as you go.
Okay.
I'll tell you where people are tuning in from.
Yeah, I'm hoping to help demystify them a bit. There's a lot of people very curious about them. It's quite a movement. A lot of people are moving from traditional oils to water mixable oils, especially plein air painters. But many professional artists are now more conscientious about going green and going more non-toxic. And they're more environmentally friendly and safer for us and better for our lungs, the whole thing. So
well, and you probably remember my story about going to Russia, not being able to speak anything, not having a translator, and spending $200 in a cab trying to find essentially turpentine and or solvent. And that was kind of the moment when the light went off, and that is, I need an alternative for times like this, because sometimes we don't want to travel with materials. And of course, a lot of us are kind of trying to figure out how to take certain materials out of our lives so that we don't get sick.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been using them for probably almost 30 years now. And
really?
Yeah, I have. I went from being an acrylic painter, and I did a lot of wildlife back in the 80s and 90s. And then I got somewhat tired of working strictly from photographs. And at the time, I still had babies in the house, and I was interested in plein air painting and still life painting. And I wanted to work with oils, but I was personally intimidated by traditional oils. It just seems so natural for me to go from acrylic, which we use water with acrylic paint, right? And so it seems so much easier to just naturally go to water with water mixable oils. Plus, I didn't have to worry about using any turpentine, mineral spirits, worry about the VOCs, off-gassing in my home studio with my babies. And so it just was a natural progression. And it's gone really well. And I've tested almost every brand. They've evolved a lot in this time frame. I'm really impressed with what's happened in the last 10 years, especially. And so people maybe that tried them years back should give them a try now because they've changed a lot.
I would say that too. And we're going to get into some details and how to do it. I'm going to have you get your camera ready, and then I will drop you off, make a couple of announcements, and then we're going to get into it. But I think that point is exactly right, because I remember trying them and being so frustrated and then trying some of the modern materials and seeing a big difference. So we're going to talk about that and how to use them, best practices. And you're actually going to do a painting, is that right?
Yeah, I have one that I just kind of laid in a little bit last night. Just I'll explain what I did and how I start. And I don't know how far I'll get, but I will.
Well, you have to be finished. I mean, that's the only alternative.
It sounds like I'll do my best.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be right back, and so you can get ready. Thank you, Lori.
All right.
Our guest is Lori McNee, and she's going to do painting with water mixable oils. And I think you're going to really enjoy this segment. I'm trying to bring you things that are going to open your eyes and help you explore new things. My name is Eric Rhodes. I'm publisher and founder of Fine Art Connoisseur and Plein Air Magazine and Streamline Art, which is we do all kinds of things. We do magazines, we do live events, virtual conferences, artist retreats, products, videos, just tons and tons of things. And we're really trying to be here for you during these times when we've all been kind of in and out of quarantine. This is day number 238. Big celebration coming up again on day 250. But day 238, we've been at it for a long time. And the goal is to keep you positive, upbeat, feeling good about yourself, not worrying about the world, focusing on doing something you love or exploring or learning about something that we think you might love. And a lot of people have been discovering art or learning about art or rediscovering it through this process. So thank you. We have people tuning in literally from all over the world. And so today I'll kind of call out some people from the comments as we go, and we'll learn about some of the people around the world. All I ask is that you guys share this with your friends. You can hit the share button right now. That would be really cool. If you share it, then other people discover it and we build our community of artists. Now today, we have, we have a Plein Air subscription digital magazine that's going to Pedro Den from Canada. I don't know where in Canada, but congratulations to Pedro. The way to win is to leave a comment of some kind, any kind. We like to ask you to put where you're from so we see where you're from. Put a comment in the comments section. And tomorrow, we're going to be giving away the Easel brush clip. Now, you can see mine on my easel over there above the paper towel. And I shouldn't be showing you what I'm working on because it's a mess, a hot mess. Anyway, the easel brush clip clips onto your easel and you hold your brushes right there. And it's also a nice big sturdy clip to like steady an umbrella when you're outdoors and things like that. I want to remind you of a couple of things. First off, the Plein Air Salon art competition is going to be ending at the end of the month for the November, and Dave Santiani's won the $15,000 grand prizes, $30,000 in cash prizes. Oftentimes competitions have big numbers and they're not cash. Ours is all cash, and you can win monthly prizes. And you can also win the cover of Plein Air Magazine, feature articles in our newsletters, and so on. This is Dave Santiani's winning the $15,000 check. So he's pretty proud of that. It was kind of a cool moment in case you didn't see it. We have for you as our gift, if you're just tuning in, you've never discovered us before, we have a video for you. You can get it on DVD or you can get it streaming. And it's 97 amazing painting secrets from the world's best artists. We basically did a compilation of some of the great things from some of our videos over the years. And so that's yours for free. You pay shipping if you want the DVD, but you can get the streaming version for free. And just go to 97tips.com. That's a good place to start. Today at 3 p.m., like every day at 3 p.m., we have an artist tutorial. Today, we're going to be sharing from the video Luminous Landscape Painting with Water Mixable Oils. So today you get a double shot of Lori McNee. You're going to get her live today in a couple of minutes. And you're also going to see a segment from her in-depth video on Luminous Landscape Painting. And so we also offer a discount on our videos the day that these air. You're going to see her paint this video, and this is what you're basically going to see. And so we'll have a discount for you in the discount code. Lori and I also did a video years ago. We had a lot of fun doing it. It's called Social Media Marketing Secrets Revealed. And even though things constantly are changing in the world of social media, Obviously, you can see that's even an older Instagram logo on there. Most of the content in that video is still very valid. The principles are the same. Things change a little bit here and there, but that's a video that we did a while back. Now, I want to tell you guys that we have an event coming up called Watercolor Live. It is going to be the world's top watercolor artists, and they're actually not even all shown here. We've got to update this slide, but it is the 28th through 30th with a beginner day on the 27th. The world's leading art masters are going to be teaching. Now, obviously, there's more art masters. We'll save them for the next time around if we have another next time around. But some incredible artists and really worth signing up. We're already over 600, or not over, just under 600 people. And it's going to be a phenomenal event. And of course, if you cannot make the dates, you can still watch the replays on your own time. And so that's something you want to check out. It's called Watercolor Live. Also want to suggest to you that if you're watching on YouTube, which many of you are, we're up to 59,000 and change on subscribers on YouTube. We want to hit 100,000, but first we want to hit 60,000. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you'd be so kind as to hit the subscribe button, that would be nice. And the rest of you, if you're not watching on YouTube, you just go over to YouTube, search Streamline Art Video, and hit the subscribe button. All right, sound like a plan? Now, what else do I have for you? First off, Plein Air Convention is going to be coming up in Colorado, assuming we're all allowed and things are back to normal, but we, of course, don't know. And so we have a 100% guarantee on our events. In the event that you have to cancel, we have to cancel because of coronavirus. So anyway, get signed up. That's coming up in May, and there is a price increase coming up on Valentine's Day. So get in there before that. Also, check out Sunday Coffee. It's a blog I do every week on Sunday mornings. It really doesn't have much to do with art. It's more like I was trying to impart some wisdom, if you will, on my kids. And I shared it with a friend who shared it with a friend. And now we're up to 250,000 readers, which is pretty cool. So anyway, if you want it, you can go there, coffeewitheric.com, and get it for free and then subscribe. Also, I want to tell you guys that we have had a huge run on Russia. We're taking a group of artists to Russia in September, and we've had over 300, I think 350, 390, something like that, apply to go, and we've only got 47 slots, and all of a sudden it's selling really fast. Now, there's still plenty of room, but if you're one of those people or you want to learn more about it, get over there and get that done, because I suspect in the next short period of time, it's going to be sold out. Now, we are working with the travel people, seeing if there's any possible way we can get some more people in. The big cities are not a problem because it's about hotel rooms. The small villages, that's where it's a problem. So we're working on it. So if we can, if we can do that, we will, but we just don't know if we're going to be able to. So hang in there. Now, if you are a Plein Air fan, you can get the Plein Air Podcast doing interviews with some of the top artists in the world for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now, every week. And it's Plein Air Podcast. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Spotify or Apple or otherwise. We also have one for those of you who want to learn more about art marketing. It's called the Art Marketing Minute. It's very brief. It's probably about 5 or 6 minutes long. And it just answers a couple of questions each week on art marketing, things that I've learned over the years in my marketing training. And just so I try to share things with you. You know, there's so much stuff going on. And so we have a website called streamlinepublishing.com. And if you hit that and go /everything, you'll find everything that we do. And we just have so much happening. We have events, retreats, newsletters, live conferences. We have a TV channel on Roku, Apple, and Amazon. Lots and lots of stuff going on. So just check it out, go there, and then that'll take you to all the other stuff. All right. Now, I think I'm done talking, and I'm pretty good at talking, but now we're going to get back to Lori McNee, and it looks like Lori's got her easel set up. That's a pretty swell looking easel.
Yeah, I know. I really love it. It's the Hughes easel. I know a lot of us out there have one, and mine is the 4000. And it's cool. It can hold more than one painting at a time, or like I'm using it right now, or it holds real large paintings as well. So it's very versatile.
Well, why don't you show people, this is a nice plug for the Hughes people. Why don't you show people how you can easily move it around?
Oh, it's so cool. So I can just move it right or left or right and up and down, which I would have to take a pin out, and but it is easy. I can go up and down, take these up. I could end up taking that like so and moving this over here. And then in fact, I'll show you.
That's kind of like the Rolls Royce of easel. Everybody loves having those. Yeah. And I love the finish on yours. Most easels are kind of that maple look.
Yeah.
And I actually had mine. Mine was a maple look. I had a kid come in and sand it down and refinish it. And what it cost me, I could have bought a brand new easel.
Geez, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I went with walnut is what it is.
Yeah,
and it looks like a beautiful piece of furniture. And at first I was wiping off every little speck of paint. And then I just decided I just can't worry about it. So it's building up a lovely patina.
Well, that's nice. I mean, that's part of an artist easel. Okay,
right.
Well, I'm going to let you kind of start your demonstration now. I see you put another painting up there. That's beautiful.
Okay. Thanks. I just finished this the other day. I wanted to ask you, so are you going to let me know if there's questions or comments while I'm working? Is that how?
Of course I will. And what I'll do is I'll just shout them out and you can kind of answer them.
Okay.
No, somebody said, is it a Deborah Hughes easel? No, it's Hughes, Hughes.
Right.
And it's a company out of Florida. And they custom make them, and there's probably a waiting list, and they're probably like the price of a small car.
I know, exactly, but they're worth it, and they're just like I said, a very convenient, beautiful easel. They have different sizes you can choose from, and I would suggest going to their website, and they also have YouTube videos you could check out and learn more about them.
Yeah, I actually have a knockoff.
Oh, really?
The original one. I bought mine for about a quarter of the price, but I think the people who were making it got sued because I can't find them on the market anymore. So.
Oh, well, good for you. I also have another easel that after I can show a little tour of my studio before we sign off. I don't know if we'll have time or not, but it's called the Geneva, and it looks like kind of an old Renaissance era maybe musical instrument or something like that. And I really like that one too. So that's a neat easel. But anyway, so this painting here, I think it's finished. I'm letting it sit for a few days before I decide if it's going to go to my gallery yet. It's probably going to go to my gallery in Montana. But this is an example of the water mixable oils, which I used water and then the different mediums to build up the fat. Just like with traditional oils, we work with water mixable oils. We start with water instead of turpentine or solvents because we're solvent free. And so then once you lay in the underpainting, you can use water all the way through if you want. But the different mediums really do help aid you in building the painting and the translucency of the paint and building, different passages. And I really do like using the mediums. And like I said, to start, the mediums are kind of confusing at first, whether you're using traditional oil paints or water mixable oils. And I'm a Cobra ambassador, and so I love Cobra oils. Like I said, I started years ago, and back then there were no Cobra paints. I used Grumbacher way back, Grumbacher Max, and they served their purpose at the time for me, but I don't even know if they're around anymore.
I don't know. Do you want to, real quickly, show you have a new set with your picture on the...
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That never happened to me. I guess you got to be more famous. Hold it up real close to the camera so we can all see it.
Let's see.
Wow, that's very cool. It's got your picture.
So this is available. It's by Royal Talons and Royal Talons North America, and I produce this, and it's my exact Cobra paint set that I use, and it's a split primary palette. So that means we have a warm and a cool from each of the primary colors, and it's a lovely extended palette, and we have it on sale on my website right now. We're going to have it on Amazon and eventually on Blick, but right now we just wanted to get it out there. So you can buy it directly on my website. Go to lorimcnee.com and you'll see the shop link and hit shop, and you can find it there, and it will take you to how you can purchase it. But
All right,
we've been
cool.
doing a few sets, and
Everybody go buy one and then try it out, and we'll see. We had somebody put some paint on the other day. They sold 800 different people.
oh my gosh.
We're getting an average. We figured out yesterday, actually. I told everybody it was an average of 10,600 a day. Well, we forgot to include Instagram, so we're averaging at about 13,000 views a day.
Well, good for you.
Not all live, obviously. Most of them are in different platforms. Okay, so I'm going to let you kind of do what you're going to do.
Okay, I'm just getting ready.
You have the ability, if you want, you can slide your easel over to the right. You have plenty of camera room.
Okay, let me just get this back to the correct height that I like. And thanks for your patience.
Oh, we don't have any patience. We're angry.
Okay, so I just started this last night and just put 5 minutes into it. I just wanted to make sure I liked the start. And all I did was use one of these very inexpensive chip brushes that you can get at Home Depot or any hardware store. This is just a little inch. They're just probably hog bristles, something like that. And I used water, and then I took the transparent Oxide Red, which is in my set, and it's it's one of the most popular pigments that we have in the Royal Talons family. It's like burnt sienna, but it's more transparent.
It's a staple color. It's everybody has transparent Oxide Red on their palette these days.
Pretty much.
Whether you're in oil or water
right.
oil.
Right. And so I mixed that along with some ultramarine blue, which is another staple.
And this, what we're seeing here, I assume, is dry.
Yeah, it is pretty dry to the touch. And I just did this last night. And so that's a question I get asked quite a bit too, is do they dry faster? And they really are dry pretty much the same. We do have different mediums. I'm just putting a little bit more on just so you can see how I started. And this is going to be kind of a wintry snow scene. In my DVD, I do a summer scene and a winter scene. So you do get two ways of painting different times a year in my luminous landscape painting DVD or video, whatever we call them nowadays.
Well, it's both, right? I mean, some people, it's a video because some people get it on DVD and some people get it digitally.
So, when I paint winter scenes, and I blocked this in, and I've been kind of looking at it, and I'm like, okay, is this going to be summer, winter, fall? And I decided this morning when I looked at it, I think I'm going to do winter. There's a lot of winter outside my window.
Like winter to me. I want to say hello to people tuning in from some of the most strange places in the world, like Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, very
Just
cool.
kidding. I used to live there, so I know it's not that strange. British Columbia, welcome.
Hi.
Johannesburg, welcome. Brazil, we love it. Of course, people tuning in from all over the States. You are very popular, Lori. Another one from Brazil.
That's so fun. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. I'm going to show you something real fast. Let me grab it. I'm right here. This is how my secret weapon to painting winter scenes.
Are you going to drink whiskey?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to love Bob Ross. It's his Bob Ross gray gesso. And what I do is this is on a Frederick's canvas. I use Frederick's quite a bit. I also like multimedia artboard products as well. This is a Frederick's canvas. And one thing to remember, you guys, when you're painting with water mixable oils is you need to use an acrylic-based universal primed canvas.
Not oil. Not oil.
Not oil. You can, but then the water isn't going to work, so you're going to have to use solvents. And you can mix, let's say you're interested in trying a few tubes of Cobra and maybe just want to get the primary colors. You can start mixing them into your oil. Let's say you really love them and you want to transition away from traditional oils, but you have an investment. You can mix them 70 to 30%. So
70% of what?
Yeah, a third.
70% Cobra?
Yeah. So you would use a third Cobra to, 2/3 Cobra to a third traditional oil, and it will still remain water mixable.
Okay.
So you can slowly transition into them if they sound of interest to you. So anyway, so I just showed you real quickly what I did last night right before bed, and it kind of set up, and then I just used this brush and some water and the transparent Oxide Red, and there you have the block in. And now I'm going to just kind of design my horizon area quickly. And let's see what I've got. A couple different images I'm working with. So kind of bring this toward me a little bit. And this can be
now just by doing that, you've created a reflection in the water.
Yeah, that's what I do when I start my reflections is, or when I start the painting and I know there's going to be reflections, I just pull it down right away. And so that's pretty helpful to do that. And let's see, I think I'll make a little area back here. It can step back. And then one more. Maybe this over here.
Here's a question from Sue who says, I use water mixable. And my brushes tend to curl at the ends. Is that from the water? I use quality brushes and cleaners, but can't seem to keep them in good shape. Any suggestions?
Okay. Good question. I'm actually rather hard on my brushes, I will admit.
You're hard on everything.
I just am intense, I guess. But anyway, so if you're using natural bristle brushes, they definitely soak up the water and they will splay more. And so for using water miscible paints or even acrylic, it's better to use synthetic brushes. So I'm a big fan of Princeton brushes, and they have a line. I helped develop this Aspen line, and this is made specifically for water mixable oils, or just you can use them with traditional and they work just fine.
I use them with traditional oils too. They're great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, some folks are mentioning that the video is a little choppy. That's actually on Lori's end, and
my fault.
I've scolded her already for it, but there's nothing we can do about it. So
I live in the mountains. So
she's just to try to picture it. Just think of a little Swiss house at the top of a mountain in Switzerland with a bunch of cows with bells around their necks.
There you go. That's me. No, but sometimes our internet, and it's snowing today, so it does affect it. So I'm still using this cheap chip brush, you guys, but it definitely splays. But I like the effect it's giving me, more of an organic feeling.
When you clean your brushes, what do you do with your paint water?
Right. So I use, if I'm really good with my brushes, right after I finish a painting session, I wipe off the excess paint like so, and then I take them into my sink and use Dawn dish soap and just kind of massage it in, and use a bristle brush, like a cleaning brush, and kind of wipe it back and forth, and just make sure you work it out of the ferrule, and that should do it. But if you have stubborn brushes, you can use a citrus-based cleaner, or there's a soy-based called soy solve, I believe is what it's called. And that will get rid of difficult paint on brushes.
Yeah. And by the way, if you've got a bunch of paint on your brush and you're dipping it into your can, you're going to pollute your solvent or your water anyway. So it's best to wipe it out first.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to start hinting at a little bit of snow, and just so it starts to kind of come to life a bit. And I'm going to use my titanium white with a touch of ultramarine blue and a touch of yellow ochre.
We can't see your palette, so.
I know. Well, do you want me to? I can show you real fast. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
With me.
Okay. All right, good. One time.
There it is.
Very nice. Nice piece of glass.
Yes.
And it looks like you have it mounted onto your easel. Is that true, or is it just right on a little table?
I have a homemade tabaret right in front of my easel, and it's on a beautiful piece of wood. And then I, like you said, have a glass palette that I sprayed with gray, just that primer that you use on a car, sprayed the backside with that gray primer. And it works really well to a mid-tone gray, so I can adjust my values and see them real well. So now I'm just going to quickly hint at the feeling of snow. So that
you're not using pure white, you're using white with something in it, yes?
Yes, I mixed white with ultramarine blue and yellow ochre.
Now, why ultramarine blue? Because you're trying to make it shadowy, or?
Just to knock it down a little bit. Yes, I want it to. It's going to be kind of a misty day, and then I'll add some, probably a little touch of orange to brighten it up in some spots.
All right.
So here we have that. So right now, again, I'm just using water, and I could start using the mediums in a minute if I want.
Are you going to be on Royal Talons today too? Somebody said catch you at 5 on Royal Talons.
Gosh darn, they didn't tell me that, but I've been hearing that rumor. Oh. I better check in.
Hey, maybe that's Joanne Mangie's going to be on Royal Talons. I don't know. So Joanne will tell us in the comments. She has no fear.
She sent me a note today. She's like, I think you're on Royal Talons. So I need to find that rumor out, if it's true or not.
Well, you know, when you're popular, you hit all the big shows.
Exactly. I was on it about a week ago and had a really good time. So
well, they can just replay this one, and then they don't have to have you on again.
There you go. Yeah. We'll just do that. So there's kind of that feeling. And now I'm going to work a little bit of the sky. And I'm going to decide what I'm doing with that.
Hello, Austria. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Hey. And so I'm going to start using some medium now.
Okay.
So let me explain. So I've laid it in with water. Now I could finish the whole painting with water, but I do like using the painting medium.
Hold it still because you're choppy. There we go.
There it is. The painting.
So are there different levels of mediums they make for this stuff?
Yes. And so just like, again, with traditional oils, you work from lean to fat. So the painting medium is the leanest. And so we start with that.
All right.
And I'm going to just start popping a little light around these trees.
Boy, you're bold. Welcome, Germany. Willkommen.
Hi. And I'm going to just block that in. And I like to paint kind of thin at first. I'm not super, I'm actually more of an indirect painter, which means I like glazing and I don't usually finish a painting in one painting session. I'll do my best right now to move this along quickly.
Looks done to me.
Yeah. But I can wipe it back if I want to make changes and that sort of thing. So, all right. And then the reflection. So with reflections in the water, the lights reflect darker. This is one of those kind of pat your, pat your head and rub your tummy. Darks reflect lighter and lights reflect darker. So when you're hinting at the feeling of reflections, keep that in mind.
No, you're not on at 5 today.
Okay, good.
Okay. We have a very active audience who is digging up all the data that we need.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't think I was, but okay. So another thing that I really love using is this painting paste, which is basically clear paint. And so when you want to start making your paintings thicker, instead of using the expensive paints, you can add some of this painting paste and that will thicken up your mixture. Oh. And keep in mind though, it also makes it a bit more transparent. So anyway, so here we go. All right, now I'm going to dip into some cobalt blue, and I'm using my medium still, and I'm gonna start making the sky a little prettier.
Are you working from a reference?
Well, I have a couple. I can show you if you want me to turn this around real fast.
Yeah, do that real quickly.
Okay, hang on. I know it's jerky, you guys. So I have this. I took this photo a while back, and this. And like I said, I was trying to decide between what time of year, and I decided I'm going to go with this. So I'm borrowing heavily from this, but I'm kind of making it up a little bit. Right. I didn't want mine to be quite as gray, so I'm adding a little bit of blue and mixing that up. So yeah, the mediums do help with it, the paint movement, moving it on the canvas a little more freely, the flow. Somebody
said yesterday that they thought that water mixable oils were sticky. Is that a brand by brand thing, or is that by using too much water? What would make them sticky?
Well, and that's what I was just going to say, is one of the complaints that people feel about them is that they can be sticky. And that's probably they're just using water and maybe even plein air painting, and they're starting to dry a little bit. And so the different painting mediums can either extend or help aid in the drying time. So we have a quick dry, which I actually really like quick dry a lot. And I use that in my studio quite a bit because, like I said, I do more indirect painting. So I can use quick dry one day and the next day it will be a little bit tacky. So I can do glazes on top. Yeah. When you start glazing, you want to go to the glazing medium. And I know this is all pretty confusing at first.
So there's 4 mediums that you're using that you've shown us.
Yes. And okay. So the painting medium is the one I'm using right now. It's the leanest. So I went from water to painting medium. And then I will switch. I don't know that I'll use quick dry on this one. So it would be a choice between quick dry or the glazing. So I'll probably use the glazing medium later when I build up this painting just a bit more.
All right.
So and just gonna kind of hint at the feeling of some trees.
Hello, Mexico. Welcome. If you guys are watching from outside of the US, please say so we know where you're from.
Hi
it
there.
Makes us feel important when we have all these people from around the world.
Thanks for joining us. And keep asking questions. I'm happy to answer them.
Does anybody use Joy dishwashing soap?
Oh, well, I use whatever soap I can get my hands on if I can't find Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll work fine. But Dawn is known for being mild. They use it in those oil spills with wildlife. They'll wash little ducks and other, and so it's easier on your brushes, and so that's one reason why I like to use it.
Yeah, because when you put solvent on ducks, they usually don't make it.
Oh, poor ducks! I know.
Hello, UK. Hello, Poland. Hello, the England, Canada, Denmark.
Wow, that's exciting.
Space station. Oh, somebody said we need to get somebody in the space station to watch.
Oh, well,
Pakistan, the Swiss Alps.
How exciting.
Oh, man. This is so much fun.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Well, Barbara Tapp is not in a dentist chair today. Yesterday, she was watching from a dentist chair.
Oh, that's a good distraction. That is a good distraction. So I'm just doing some loose strokes to hint at the trees.
Somebody said it's like watching a magic wand because they can't see every stroke because it's choppy. So it's like your hand moves and suddenly it appears.
I'm sorry. I'll get that fixed for next time.
Bangladesh, New Zealand.
Yay!
All right.
Yay!
Yay! We are one big art family.
And jump on and find me on Instagram or Facebook, Lori McNee Artist, and let me know if you have any extra questions after this. I'll be happy to answer them too.
Judd Brown says he's on the space station. Somehow I believe that. Italy, welcome.
Hi, ciao.
Czech Republic, yay! Been there.
Exciting.
Love it. Been there many times actually.
I have not. My daughter spent a semester there in college, and she just loved it.
Yeah. I went there pre-Soviet, during the Soviet era, and then went back, and wow, what a big change.
I sure wish I could go with you to Russia. Yeah. I am teaching a workshop and doing my South African painting safari. So
cool. Congratulations. Well, that sounds pretty good.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Belgium. Thank you.
Hi, Belgium. I love Belgium. I was there last year and just loved it. I was in
Norway, didn't you? You did a big Norway thing.
I was in Norway. I went on a big trek. Other than painting, one of my other big passions is trekking. And so I trekked the Lofoten Islands, and that was so intense, but one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I can't wait till the world opens back up. I want to get back out there.
Yep.
So I just
Austin, Texas. We're coming to you live from Austin, Texas.
Hi, and guess what I forgot? Reflections of the Snow.
Oh my!
Right?
You are going to get in trouble. Hello to the mountains of Tyrol in Austria.
Oh goodness, gorgeous.
And we have so many different places. Now that we have all these people, we can call them up and say, "Hey, you got a spare bedroom?"
Yeah, exactly.
We're going painting.
I know. I like that. I have met people from all over the world. It's so fun, on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. Definitely. Let me get these reflections back in here too.
Hello to the Daniel Adams Gallery at Buchanan Dam in Texas. Lake
Hi.
Buchanan. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got to give everybody their plugs.
Absolutely.
California. Hey.
California.
Which medium is for water mixable oils is a question. There are 4 of them that she's talked about, all from Royal Talons. And are the mediums called Cobra brand?
Yes, these are Cobra.
All
and
right.
You can use other mediums. You can use traditional oil mediums if you want, but again, that will reduce its water mixability.
Right.
However, once you start using the mediums, even with the Cobra brand, you usually don't use the water a whole lot other than to rinse off your brushes. You just dip in lightly and then mix into your mediums with the water, or excuse me, with the paint.
Okay. Hello,
yeah.
Bitterroot Valley, Montana, Geneva, Switzerland. Cool.
Wow. What fun.
Now, do you varnish your paintings, and do you use a special varnish?
So I use cold wax medium usually with, and I just found a solvent-free cold wax medium, but it gives a really nice satin sheen. And I don't like to do traditional varnishes. I've used them before. First of all, they're really strong and offensive to me, you know, the off-gassing. Yeah. And so I don't personally do it, but you can. But the best practice is to wait 6 months to varnish. And my paintings aren't usually in my studio for that long. So that's another issue for me.
So here is from Zahor Jan in Pakistan. Sir, I want to purchase direct from Lori. Please guide. If you go to lorimcnee.com, you can purchase direct from her. Hello, nice. Sarah's Gallery in Portsmouth, New Hampshire on the waterfront.
Hi there.
Such a good promoter. Does water mixable oil dry matte or glossy is a question.
Oh, that's a good one. So if you just use water, they will dry more matte, but if you use the mediums, they will definitely have more sheen to them. And so that's another benefit of using these mediums.
All right. Sonoran Desert in Arizona. Yay.
Hey, say hi to the sun for me.
Somebody said, can we have a demo of cold wax medium? Yeah, we'll find somebody.
I can do that too.
Well, you only get to be on the show one time. I mean, let's not be a hog here.
Okay. All right.
You can come back anytime, Lori. We're friends.
I know. We've known each other a long time, Eric.
Yeah, I remember when we first met. It was at the Plein Air Convention in Monterey.
That's right. The very first. No, actually, I'm going to correct you. It was at the first convention at Red Rocks.
Oh, in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I knew it was a convention. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a while now.
Yeah. We kind of hit it off when we first got together, and it's been fun.
Yeah. Good
Saskatoon. Buddy. Welcome, Saskatoon.
Hi.
All right. Can you preserve the leftover paint on the palette?
Yes. And I just leave it, and I use a squirt bottle. It depends. You know, I live in a dry climate, and it doesn't dry real quickly still because it's oil paint. So, but I can squirt a little bit of water, and you can cover it with saran wrap, or you can still put them in the freezer. Oh, and that's something I wanted to talk about as far as the only bummer for me with...
Bummer? Did you say the word bummer?
Yeah, I'm from Southern California originally. I'm sorry.
Do your kids give you a hard time about that word?
I think they're used to me saying that word, bummer. Dude. Anyway, the only downside that I have found with water mixable oils for me is when I plein air paint in freezing temperatures. And I live in the mountains, and like right now it's snowing outside. It's not freezing today. So if I went outside to paint, I could use my water and be just fine. But if it gets below freezing, then you will need to switch just to mediums.
So this is, by the way, this is when Lori's going to pitch her heated palette, battery operated heated palette.
I like the sounds of that. Yeah. That's a great idea.
You could probably take one of those little hand warmer things and put a bunch of those under your palette. That would probably work.
Maybe so.
Hello, Austria. Home from work. Missed the beginning. Well, you have to watch it when you're back.
Yeah. Well, glad you're here.
I'm glad you're able to go to work. Some of us can't.
Yeah. So this is for me still an underpainting. And I will, you know what I can do is work on it over the next day or so.
And then post it.
and then I'll post it.
Yeah, 'cause we don't have a lot of time yet. Somebody said, and I will mention this too. Somebody said vodka. And
well, I know.
when I went to Russia painting in the winter, the artists there put vodka in their white, and they mix it in, and it doesn't freeze. And so it might work with water soluble oil. Probably would.
I've heard of that, and I asked Kyle from Royal Talents North America, and he kind of chuckled and said he didn't know if it was archival, but maybe that's a good thing to try.
Why don't you try that? Find out, because I know you're always sipping on vodka anyway. So I mean, you certainly got it handy.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that too. So
Lori is going to never come back on the show again because I give her such a hard time.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks. So that's kind of how I just keep going. I don't know yet, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to want to put a moon in there or something.
I was kind of thinking about an airplane.
An airplane, yeah, that'd be good.
And it landing. You have 4 minutes, and so if you're going to put a moon in, you should dazzle us. We'd like to see a moon, and we would like a full moon, please.
Or maybe a sun. And let's see.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell us. We'll be curious how you pull that off. Oh, that was easy.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Can you? There's glare. So to make colors pop, use warm against cool. And to make this pop against the blue, I used, orange and white, and then the blue is a cool color, so that helps make that pop. So that's how that worked out. Now I might change this, calm down this orange down below on the horizon.
People are now starting to post sayings that they use that their kids give them hard times about, like far out.
Far out.
Everybody should post theirs.
I embarrass my kids all the time.
Yeah, well, that's part of our job.
That is our job, right?
Are your kids coming home for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to have a couple of them here, so I'm really excited.
Good.
And grandchildren.
Oh wow, you're too young to have grandchildren.
Oh, that's what I keep telling myself.
What do you have?
I now have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
And it's super fun.
What do they call you?
They call me Yaya, which is actually Greek.
Oh,
so my oldest grandchild, who's 4, and she's the one that loves to go camping with me in my new Sprinter van. She came up with Yaya. She couldn't say grandma, and I'm glad. Yeah. And she came up with Yaya on her own.
Well, that's groovy.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed, it's really simple to start doing things that boom and boom and boom, and then it's too even. And so you want to make sure that you break up, because Mother Nature is more organic, and humans have a tendency to want repetition. Yeah. And so, like blades of grass, it's real easy to just start going chee 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 chee. So those are the little things when you paint to keep an eye on and make sure that you're not being overly repetitive with your sky holes and breaking up the masses and that sort of thing.
Okay, Lori, put the brush down, come back on camera so we can say goodbye.
Okay. All right. Bear with me.
How about a round of applause for that excellent demo with Lori McNee? All right, Lori. Everybody's saying that no way you have grandchildren.
Oh, thank you.
Are you Greek? Somebody said, are you Greek?
No, I'm Scottish, actually.
Scottish.
And I'm not, but that's primarily American.
So if you would be so willing, you will post the finished painting in the comments whenever you get it done today, tomorrow, whatever.
I will. I'll be working on this. I think it's going to be a good one. I hope.
So I've got Lori's website up there, lorimcnee.com. That's where you can find her paint set. She's pretty proud of that. Wow.
And my book, Fine Art Tips. Also, I have a book, Fine Art Tips, available on Amazon.
Go get it.
Okay, I'll get it. Hang on.
Go get it. Hurry. I'm going to put this on full screen so we can see her studio. All right. And I like the peacock. I need one of those. If somebody would
Well,
send me a peacock.
I have a big, because I do a lot of birds, and I'm going to do a series of birds, and my peacock is hopefully going to be my invitation piece.
Okay.
So it's my book,
Hold that up. Fine Art Tips with Lori McNee. Cool.
and it's available Amazon and Barnes and Noble, all the great booksellers. And it has, I believe, 26 or 24, including myself. Artists share their tips, really fabulous artists, all different genres, professional artists, and it's a nice one for your library.
Yep. Also for your library, Luminous Landscapes with Lori McNee. She does that painting and another demo. And of course, Social Media Marketing Secrets Revealed. Things are changing, but that's cool. Well, Lori, thank you so much. This has been fun. You guys visit her website. I'm sorry if I gave you such a hard time, but that's just what I do sometimes with really good friends. So you can rest assured we're good friends if I'm giving you a hard time.
You always give me a hard time. It's fun. I'm used to it. Yeah. No, it's a good time.
Well, thank you so much. And I know you can go into the comments later tonight or something and answer some of the questions that pop up in the replay. So thanks again, Lori, and we'll see you next time around.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Our guest today, Lori McNee, and you're going to see her again today. It won't be as much fun because I won't be there to bug her, but she will be on at 3 p.m. doing a piece of the luminous landscape painting with water mixable oils with Lori McNee and an art tutorial. You find that on YouTube or Facebook. Just go to Streamline, just search Streamline Art Video. That's where you find it. And I want to remind you guys that we have this massive, massive online virtual conference called Watercolor Live. And I'm getting excited about it because I am trying to master watercolor as part of my repertoire because I don't always want to carry my paints. So anyway, that would be cool for you to do. Just go to watercolorlive.com. Thank you for watching. This is day number 238. We will continue. Looks like a lot of the world's going back into lockdown, unfortunately, but we got to do what's right. And so we will continue to be here for you, God willing, and putting things out for you every day at 12 noon and every day at 3. And we'll see you tomorrow. My name is Eric Rhodes. I'm the publisher of Fine Art Connoisseur and Plein Air magazine. And remember, stay positive, have fun. Don't let this get you down. If you watch these things and you have some fun, let me know. Please share it with other people. Please follow me, Eric Rhodes, on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm on TikTok now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm experimenting with it, but it's kind of fun to watch TikTok. Anyway, have a terrific day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.